Yo, everyone, hope you guys are doing incredibly well today. Hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Because today, hi Christian, today we're gonna talk about really three things. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about three things. Look at today. Um, Today is probably around end of July right now. Seasonality wise, end of July, something might happen. Okay. The real thing that's gonna happen that we are predicting there's gonna be a really nice crash coming in is probably August, September. Yeah. Or maybe August and September time. Maybe now. We never know. I'm gonna look at the seasonality later on to see when this correction is gonna happen. Okay. That's the first thing what we're gonna do. Um, really talk about what do you think the stock's gonna go up right now or the stock's gonna come down right now. And it's very, very normal for people to wanting to buy stocks right now because all stocks are all-time high. You see a lot of testimonies going on. A lot of these testimonies that you actually see is actually because they have already made use of the extreme fear that we already had. I repeat, their testimonies that you see is actually because they already experienced extreme fears. They experienced many times. They know exactly what to do. They know that they should conquer their fears. So that's kind of what happens as well. We have Theo coming. We have Sarah, long time. Roxana is coming. We have comes as well. So we were just starting. Everyone's coming so slowly. What's going on? Anyway, so let me just answer some questions while waiting for people to come on board. Anna is asking, I have been trying to chat mail to filter out growth stock in the preparation for the next stream year, but I can only see four stickers with criteria shown week one. Not sure if I'm doing it wrong. Would be nice if you can do a screener in this session. That's very, very good. Now, in order for you to do a screener, Annabelle, three things needs to happen. You just want to screen something that's a positive PE ratio. You want to screen something that is positive PE ratio. You want to screen normally no more than five. You want to screen something more than 30% on their sales growth, on their revenue growth, on their EPS growth. If you've done that, you are quite okay. Yeah, you should get that as a high B back. Screener, I'm struggling to find companies more quarter two. I'm looking at market screener, struggling to find companies. Claire, it doesn't need to just be for today. It can be for last week, it can be for 2 weeks ago, it can be for three weeks ago. Yeah. Some people are struggling to find companies that is increased 10% over year. Um, if someone else can do it, I'm sure you can. Rana, would you be able to show us how to use 212, how to add money to account in preparation? Nice. I love that question. Elvin, we have Tio. Awesome. Cool. So let's get started right now in a beautiful, beautiful way. So let's answer one by one. Rana is asking, can you show us how to use trading 212, how to add money into your account? Now let me tell you what's the good news about trading 212. The good news about trading 212, the first of all, there is not much to learn. Literally, it's about just placing the trades, deposit the money, and that's it. You don't need to know how to use a chart. You don't need to know anything. You literally just need to know how to buy. Literally, just the buy, just the limit order, just right there. Yeah, I'm going to show you kind of later on. Probably now, if I can. Let's see. We have Jenna. Jenna, you made it. Finally, 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 you made it. Supposed to start at 8, yeah? Just in the camera and stuff. Supposed to start at 8. We have Sarah, Dio. Awesome. Yes, be sure to show. Cool. So now, let's have a look. What I'm gonna do, I am going to share my screen. So, the students are asking how to use a Train 212 platform. Normally, we do it on our one-to-ones as well. A lot of this practical training because it depends on student situation. Not everyone using the same platform, etc. So when you go on Training 212, you log in and stuff like that. I recommend you to do on the demo first, so you know actually how to place the trade in a very normal way first. And then once you got it, they ask you whether you want invest or CFD. Try to start with an ISA first. Yeah, stocks ISA. And once you got it, there is a dealing platform. Let's see. The dealing platform will just be here. Yeah. So something like that. So they ask you whether you want to buy or sell, very similar. And they ask you how much you want to buy. And all of that, you want to leave it empty. Yeah. You don't want to care so much about that. Okay. Where's the invest one? Let me show you the invest one. The invest one will just be. Yeah. Here. So let's say you type Apple there and then you click buy and then they literally just ask you to buy. And then when they ask you to buy, you will be like, okay, how can I buy, etc. And you can choose a quantity that you want to buy. Okay, how do you choose the quantity that you want to buy? If you are so this is what it depends on. We have to sit down one to one and really sit down to help you here. But just to make it very generally, so let's say you want to spend £100 on this. You just put £100 on this, and then that's about it. And you just click confirm buy if you want to buy now. Okay. But during extreme fear time, we're going to give you step-by-step instructions for the apprentices to know how to actually set it all up in a very beautiful way. Yeah. So about love your questions, you can play around your demo. I recommend you play on your demo first so you know kind of what to do. Normally for on extreme fear time, when you see extreme fears, you see the opening inside the cross and stuff like that. You just buy, you just deposit your money and you just buy and then you click confirm buy and that's about it. And sometimes we use a limit as well. A lot of time we will use limit orders. We will use the PE ratio formula to help you to calculate when is the best price to buy a certain stocks. All right. So well done. I love that. Now let's go back to your question real quick. Nice. Jenna. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, awesome. Now let's get straight into it right now to look at what's so yeah, that's for actually how to buy and sell your companies. Okay? That's actually how to buy and sell your companies. Literally just you just have to do it. Do clear demo account and just do it and practice buying and selling it so you can see yourself. Yeah. Some of the trades that we recommend, just put on your demo and then you will see you can use Trading 212 or your IG demo. All right. Cool. So let's get straight into it right now. So we done this before, but we just want to make it very quick and easy right now, even though we have some new students here. So first of all, you want to look at SP 500, whether you want to think about today, should I buy stock? Should I not buy stock? So you go to SP 500, you can see that, no matter what happened to the economy, we have an internet, really incredible bubble there. We have the financial bubble, financial crisis, real estate bubble. We have the corona crisis just right here, 2000. We have the inflation crisis just right here, people printing money. We have a small tariff bubble kind of going on here. And today we are going higher and higher and higher and higher. That means that even if you buy stocks, if you buy just right there, eventually you're gonna make money as well. Yeah. So I want to say congratulations to a lot of you who decided that you want to get good at stocks because it's one of the way of how you can build your wealth forever. Literally, build your wealth forever. Nothing is gonna look like this. Not currency, not anything. It's only stocks. This is how the rich people, almost everyone who got rich, ask them, what do you actually do? One way or another, they're gonna say stocks. Yeah, one way or another, the true one. Anyway, so let's come back now. So what should we do now? Right now, should we buy stock right now? Should we chase after people right now? Or what should we do now? So let's have a look. We're gonna draw one by one right now in a very quick way. The first one we're gonna do a trend line. I hope you know the three criterias on how to draw a trend line. Once you draw that, you will be like, okay, the best time to buy is when it comes back down to the trend line, 550. This is where patience comes in. Trading and investing, write that down, is a lot about patience and being disciplined more than anything. Yeah, it's not an emotional game. So yeah, so during extreme fear time, this is gonna come down really nicely to our support line just right there. So the support could be the first one could be kind of just right here. We have a bounce here. Obviously, a normal one, a really nice one will be just at the bottom here, but this bounce is this one is kind of okayly acceptable, and this is one is okayly acceptable. So normally, yep. So both is fine. Both the first one, Doi coming back. This could be the first one, yeah, and this could kind of be the second one. So both is fine, yeah. So normally we recommend so dollar cost averaging a little bit here and a little bit here. This is just on technical. So that's step number three. The support line is anything that is more likely to bounce. Um, Set number five is where we draw our Bollinger Band. So yeah, our Bollinger Band, you can see every time it crosses away from the band, it tends to pull back up. Now we kind of here, almost crosses the band, not that yet, but we are almost there as well. That's what technical is telling you. So we don't just use that. We want to use the proper one, which is our step one. Most of the people out there, they will be spending 50 years on technical analysis 99% of the time, and they never see a consistent result. So you got to use something else. Yeah, you got to use our powerful sentimental. So let's have a look on our sentimental. Let's look at the feel a little bit. So you can see we are now at extreme greed, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we're then on a greed stage. So it's slowly coming down to our um extreme fear stage. Yeah. 8th of April. That in the chat box. 7th of April. What should you buy when our extreme fear is at 4? What should you do when it's at 4? What should you do when it's at 4? And then we have another one, extreme fears here on the 6th of August. What should you be doing? Just at the bottom here, 7th of August, just right there. Yeah. So a lot of this time when you look at on these extreme fears is actually the time where you should be buying. What about here when we are at like top notch here? When we last time we were here, it was kind of like May 14. The last time we were here is around October 14. Yeah, 74, October 14 there. So, is it guaranteed that October 14 things is gonna come down? It's not a guarantee that it's gonna come down. But let's have a look. Now, let's have a look on here straight away to see what's gonna happen right now. So you can see our stock is just right. Okay, this is where we are. So let me just draw it for you so you can actually see it properly. So we were at kind of here. There's a first. So you can see when we were here, this is the blue lines of fear and greed. That means people are getting very greedy. So there's where you can see the corrections kind of happen just right there. And then here we're supposed to have a correction, but January normally there's no correction kind of going on. We just have a major correction last times as well. So we have a little bit here. And then now we have a layer bit just right there. Yeah. So it's to say that everyone is getting a bit greedy at the moment. Eventually it did came down. Eventually it did came down. So probably eight out of 10 times of the times it's gonna come down. But extreme fear though, most of the time it's gonna go up in a really powerful and nice way. A lot of these students able to change their life. They no longer live life the same way because they have experience between 2 to 3 extreme fears and they go all in at that moment. Yeah, no matter what happens. So that's kind of first. So that's not everything. This is just one is telling us that we're in a greed stage. This is the bottom part is where we start buying stuff. Shorting stuff a little bit here is fine, but it's still a little bit tricky. Easiest way to make money in the stock market, as you can see just now, is actually by buying. Okay. Shorting is fine, but you kind of need to be quite good at it. You need to know how much you're willing to risk, etc. So let's say, yep, let's see. So the time to buy you already know will just be just right on the top, just 9th of April. We're just waiting for there to get up there. That will be a time to go in. Historically, we normally have another one or two kind of extreme fears at the end of the year, historically. So let's look at let's see what else can we look at. Let me see this. What is this? This is the open insider cross, so it hasn't got a cross yet. And AAIM report. This is the hedge fund stuff. So you can see every time we were here at the top, things tends to correct at the top, things tends to correct a little bit at the top, correct a little bit. Now we are kind of at the top, we're waiting for it to correct a little bit just there. Okay? Kind of a small correction there. So what do we have? Let me see. So our US market fair value, we are now in 2.2. That's okay. A really nice time to buy is when it's negative 10. Now let's go our season real quick, just to see exactly when things is gonna happen. Oops. Awesome. Where are we? Let me see. Cool. So, mm, you can see this is kind of June time. So we got this really nice crash kind of going on. If you ask me, River, when it's a two times, you should short. It's only I actually we on the high level we normally recommend just two times. It's actually February here, and the next one is just September here. Yeah. The rest of it you can see in July time. Historically, you can see it starts to form a double top here. So we have a top till the end. You can see it's been going up really nicely, which is supposed to happen July. It went up all the way till the end of the week, and then there's some pullback kind of going on for 1 week or so. But historically, sometimes it continues to pull back till the middle of August, and then suddenly a fake double top going on, and then finally giving you a proper crash kind of going on. It's normally it's normally like that as well. Even last year, let me just look at last year. If you just want to know exactly when, just go back to a few years' time and you kind of can tell. So last year, this is 2024. So there is a nice kind of pullback kind of going on there. What about 2023? Let's see. This is 1 year after elections as well. So 2023, first of all, okay, so June, July. Yep, the end, kind of 1st of August, the end of July started to have a pullback, and there's a fake out a little bit in the end of August, and then suddenly September is giving us really, really nice going down like that, which is so we're just waiting for that correction whenever there is a kind of like a overstretch, okay? Whenever there's a overstretch kind of happen. So it's not to say anything. It's just that patience is even more important now because when things are overstretched, everyone's get really greedy. Everyone just want to get into the market. Everyone just want to buy things because everyone is seeing everything. But the true patient one that follow the rules and being patient is actually the ones gonna reap, gonna get everything that they want. Um, Similarly. This is last year's as well. This is 2022. It went up really nicely, and then kind of August, September, then there's a correction. And when this correction comes, normally we have a really nice winter rally kind of going on. Yeah. Winter rally is one of the ways, the winter rally, one of the ways where people make a lot of money. You know, normally November, December time, you want to stay invested, yeah, for the Christmas time. So that's kind of what happened. So things is not gonna like what do you think we are gonna be a rocket like that? Where are we? Let me draw. You're gonna be a rocket like that? No, nothing is gonna be like a rocket like that. Yeah. So usually what happened here is that it's gonna come back down a little bit to pull a little bit of a nice really pullback just right here, giving us a chance or a really nice pullback here. Yeah. If you're on the higher level training, you should know exactly what stocks you should be buying because I'll be letting you know what I'm buying. Yeah. Cool. So that's kind of what happened there as well. But if you do the homework, you should know that if you see the guidance that's increased 10% quarter to quarter, a year is like 40% growth, that you should be buying. So those who do the homework is gonna make a lot of money. I repeat, those who do the homework is gonna make a lot of money because you know that what stocks guidance is increasing. You know that, you know, Our minimum criteria is that it has to increase 40%, at least 30 to 40% year over year. That means every single quarter, it has to increase at least 10% because 1 year there's 4 quarters. Okay, this is in the week 4 videos. You're gonna learn it kind of um later on as well. But if you're on the hand holding training, things are easier. Cool. So that's kind of what happened there. Yeah. So just getting ready because normally at the end of the year we do have a really nice where we yeah kind of historically really nice winter rally. So far in the past 5 years, almost without exception, we almost always have a winter rally. Almost 10 years if you want to call it. Yeah. So if you look at it carefully, there's always a crash kind of before the winter there. Let me just show you. How do I show you? Um. How do I show you? So you can see this is September crash 2020-21. There's a September crash, and then there's a November and December. They're just really, really nice there. But we'll talk more about that kind of later on. Anyway, so we are there now. So it's very, very excited for a lot of you who decided that you really, really want to be serious on this. So let's go at homework right now just to see how things actually look like. Harry is asking, how do you find personal traits? Musa say bye, Leo say bye, you're well done, you're right. Christian say bye, Musa say bye, Theo, Ali say bye, Jenna say bye, well done, Ruhana say bye, Javier say bye, well done. Javier, you still need to send me a text because we don't need you to miss out on this. So what I'm gonna do right now, I am gonna go to your homework right now. If you have done your homework, type in the chat box there. Harry is asking me, Raven, how do you find your own personal traits? I go to the guidance, exactly what you just been to. I go to the guidance, I find things that is increased more than 10%, more than 40%. If year over year, let's pretend today is July or August and last year is August, I compare between the revenue of this year and last year. First, I trying to see whether it's increased more than 30, 40%. And then I pretend again last year and this year, do I make more money in EPS, make more money in revenue growth? If it does, it's a really, really good money making opportunity. Yeah, very, very powerful stuff. And like for example, something very, very simple to understand is that we talk about 30%. So you look at this is Meta, for example. These students have done it. April 30th, last time is yep, where is April? Let me see. Last month. Yep, here. So you compare 42 to 36. 42 to 36, is it more than 30% revenue? So you calculate. So last year, 42.5 minus 36.5 is 6, isn't it? So 6 divided by 36 is around 16 in their revenue. This is for Meta. Okay, Meta. So Meta increased 16%. Meta is a very, very good company. It's a very, very big company. If it increased 16%, it's quite big already. But we don't just calculate like that. You can also calculate that EPS as well. So if you calculate the EPS, if you calculate the revenue in the proper way, they should. Let me have a look. Okay, so this is 16%. What about this? 39 to 34. Okay. Yeah. So if you calculate EPS as well, you should see the increase quite a lot. So obviously the dream is to the normally the smaller the company, you expect it to go bigger, the revenue and sales. Write that down. The smaller the company, the smaller the market cap of the company, you normally want to expect the EPS revenue to go big. You know, the difference should be big. The bigger the company, because trillion cannot double to become a trillion. Our GDP in the countries is only how many? So companies realistically cannot grow more than the GDP of the company because GDP is already the gross productive, gross domestic product is already the product of the company. So realistically, companies cannot make more. So what I'm trying to say is a big house very difficult to multiple compared to having a small house. So for Facebook and stuff like that, if it increased by around 20%, it's kind of quite nice. But if let's say it's year over year, so let's look at Finviz. Finviz will show us very clearly and nicely. Let's look at Finviz. So how much is the increase? So 50 to 70. Hence, it's not even a lot. 50 to 70, how much? 50 to 70, 50% increase. So that's okay. From this between the last extreme field to this is only 50%. So people are not buying this, which is fine. We have a lot of students who bought some really strong one, like that one that actually increased 30%. I will show you kind of later on, like Micron, like Palantir, like Credo, like Nvidia, like Seagate, like Taiwan Semiconductor, they all increased more than 30% if I compare between this guidance and the previous year guidance. All right? Putting money in your pocket right now. Those on the apprenticeship training will know exactly what I'm on about. So if you've done your homework, please type me privately so I can see, so I can discuss your homework right now. If you don't say me, we will never look at your homework because I only look at the latest homework from this week only. Okay. So let's have a look. No, okay, let's look at nose one. Our beautiful, beautiful gnome. Where is it gnome? Do. Next time you want to put in the number one, yeah? If you done your homework, just put in number one. Otherwise, it's a bit tricky. Or just delete somebody else one. Where is it, boss? I might come back to you later. Let's get one by one. Let's go with the first one. Dom. Taiwan Semi, very good. This is really good. This is what I just on about just now. You see, wow, this is a beautiful thing. Who is this Dom? So you can see April 17 to last year, April 17, you get the money. It's 19. This is 28. 28 revenue, 19. 28 minus 19, how much? 10, would you agree? 10 revenue increased by 10 million, originally 20. Would you agree it's 50% increase? So this is a good buy during extreme fear times. As a result, it went from 148 to 230. That's almost 100% return in 2 to 3 months time. That's incredible. Yeah. Well done, Dom. Um, what is this? 17th of July. Okay, so this is one of these things you have to put on the watch list. Okay, you have to put on the watch list because this is one of the things you will be buying kind of later on as well when the extreme fear comes. Oh, can we buy now? Now it's okay to buy now, but you have to mentally prepare. Now, it's okay to buy now, but you have to mentally prepare that what? You have to mentally prepare that if the stock market crash, you have to mentally prepare it's gonna crash. Okay, it's like some people try to buy. Let me have a look the picture. Yeah, some people try to buy it like there, there. They say, oh, it's 30%. You come up with the last one is what, 25, 26. Okay, it's actually decreasing the previous one. Let's have a look. So you wouldn't have bought here, eh? But look, January. Okay, this one compared to this one. You'll be like, oh, when I use your strategy, 25 and 18, the difference is more than 50%. So I buy this. And then you bought it here. So, and this is extreme greed time. So if you buy at extreme greed time, you need to mentally prepare things is gonna come down like that before it start going back up. Yeah. This is why most people, by the time you saw people make money and you want to get onto the trades, it's always a wrong decision because it's extreme greed now. Everyone's already got into it. What you should be doing, you should be waiting for everyone to be super scared and then get on it again, provided that the guidance between this and last year is still 30%. All right, more than 30%. Very good. Which is this person? Love that. So the next one is Netflix. So let's look at Netflix a little bit. So no, how do we know whether we should buy Netflix on extreme fears or not? Very simple. Look, here we got, 17. Here we got 18. So you look at it, what's the number? 949, I think, isn't it? And then EPS 4.68. And then what do we have? 6, and then we have 11. So you do the maths. So let's do the maths together. So 6.86 minus 4.68 is 2.18. 2.18 divided by 4.68. Is that more than 30% return in terms of year over year? It is, isn't it? Let's do a calculation properly. 4.68, 6.86. 2 divided by 4. Yep, it's 50%. So the EPS is 50% growth. So you would have bought it during extreme fear time. Yeah. So if you see the price there, so extreme fear is just 10th of April, just right there when 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 what? When open insider crossover, when seasonality kind of say yes, when the forward PE ratio of the stock, yeah, when forward PE ratio of the stock comes to the bottom, when what else? When what's that? When no, let me think. When yeah, when the volatility index is right at the top, when the put and call ratio is right at the top, like really, really scary, then you click your button. Okay, so that's kind of what happened, and what's the price there. It would be nice to have the price so you can see how much money you make there. Yeah. So but the tricky part here is that for Netflix is only the only thing that increased more than 30% is the EPS, but sometimes it's nice to have the revenue to increase more than 30% as well. So revenue 11 before was 9. 9 minus 11 is probably 2. So it's not there yet. Okay. It's not really part of the criteria, but you're not going to lose money if the company is making money. Yeah. So let's look at the next. So what about now? Okay, let's look at now. I think we are trying to discuss what to do now. So if you look at now, the revenue is 11,526. It's still more than the previous quarter. The EPS is 6.687. It's still more than the previous quarter. It's not so much more, but it's still more. But remember, our strategy is just to compare between this and the last one. So let's look at it. 5.1, 6.87. Is it 30%? 2 divided by 50. Almost, but not quite. 9, 7, 111. So it becomes weaker and weaker. You can see Netflix is becoming weaker and weaker. Yeah. So in order for you to buy this so Netflix would not be in your watch list when it's extreme fear. You might as well put your money somewhere else. Why? Because if I minus it, 6.87 minus 5.1 is 1.77. 1.77 divided by 5.1. Okay, it's actually 34%, 35%. I'm doing the maths now correctly. It looks okay. So this is okay potentially. But if you see anything better, then you could have add something. Normally we want you to do like 10 companies, during that moment. So this is like mm, it's okay. It's not the best, but there we go. I think Netflix suddenly becomes so popular because of the new Squid Game coming out potentially. Let's go next one. We've got okay. Should we buy now or sell now? It's just very small increase, so we wouldn't done anything now. What is this? Broker. Let's get broker. Go look at the chart straight away. Pretend I'm gonna trust your chart. So this is July 21st. That's very beautiful. So let's look at the EPS was what? We just look at the numbers. It's high and low only. So look at there's no numbers. It looks like it's giving me percentage already. So I'm gonna read here. Brokers said expected 0.32, 0.19 lower than a year earlier. Said preliminary, said Q2 weak academic. Expect we're down. Okay. So let's do some calculation. I love how you just wrote there. I'm gonna. I love that you have this very clearly for us. July 0.32. And then what about the one previously? We have a full year though. It would be nice to have a full year of this guy. Did they give you a full year? Hmm. Yeah, we just need to find a full year of that guy. Preliminary result. Okay, preliminary result is result that hasn't actually hold yet. So, sometimes companies give you tips first so that the market is not so volatile on that day. So we give you warning first. So just write that down. Sometimes we have companies have preliminary results. That means it's before the actual date when the things happen. Yeah. Before. that actual thing actually happen. So sometimes it's nice if you've been looking through companies, you can go to the company's releases straight away. So you get to find out, because yes, normally according to norms, companies will normally release their earnings every quarter in a very normal way. But some companies like to release it a little bit before so that the market is not so volatile. So sometimes like tracking them will be helpful. Like Tesla also do that as well. They don't just put everything there. They wait. You know? That means they let you know a little bit before. Let's go to the next. So in this situation, it would be nice to have the full year, but I can't see the full year. So FY, FY, FY. So in this case, there's no full year. EPS. So 12%. Yeah, be nice to know the numbers as well. Yeah, sometimes plot the numbers is good. We can do the calculation ourselves. So you can see you have number 1.82. This is good. 2.29, 2.29. If you backtest 2.29 to 2, this is supposed to go up, but it didn't. But the market was crashing at the time anyway. So, and then there's no more numbers. It's just the revenue 2.48, revenue 2, revenue 2.48, revenue 8. And now we just don't have anything. Yeah, we need to know the numbers. So just write down the numbers here, which is 0.32, 0.34, and then we can compare. If you just write down the percentage, it's too difficult for me to compare. Well done though. Let's get the next one, Calix. You can compare both or backtest to see which is the best between GAP and reconcile. Let me have a look. Mm, this one is 0.31, 0.18. So it looks like increase. It looks like a good buy. Is it more than 30% though? So that we can put on a watch list to buy during extreme fears. Let's have a look. 0.05, 0.31. So the EPS definitely increased big time. What about the revenue? 243,198. Revenue is not really 30%, I think. It's just 22%. So we can't really put that on the watch list, especially when the revenue is not increasing big time. They are going to be both 30%. Interesting. Interesting. Awesome. We have Mat Space. A lot of people go into Mat Space as well. Go into. So let's look at the graph. So that's the graph. Let's calculate the EPS. July 13.76 and previous was 12. So it was increase. What about revenue? Revenue is 2.42, 2.42. So it says here very clearly for you, 12% quarter to quarter, 22%. If you want to buy this on the watch list, you should buy it when it's more than 30%. It's not really 30%. So there are just some better things out there. But the quarter to quarter is very big. But let's have a look. So this is 11.71. 11.93, 11.26. So we never really had such a big increase. Usually just 4% increase quarter to quarter. I like that how you make it simple to analyze. Normally it's just 1.88 quarter to quarter. Normally it's just 2% quarter to quarter. Suddenly it becomes 12%. It's quite a big increase. So you expect this stock to kind of go up. But let's continue. 6, 8, 10, 10, 11. Yeah, in order to put on a watch list, some people are like, would you buy on July 22nd because the year over year is more than 30%, but the revenue has to be 30% as well. Okay, very good. Let's look at Lockheed Martin. Wow, this guy is so powerful. We can potentially short the one that we just saw, which one went down? I think it's Brooker. Let's go to the next one. Tenet. It's a healthcare stocks. Healthcare stock is just a bit tricky. Healthcare tenant corporation, million net income tenant. Nice. So this is October time. So this is here, July 22nd. Let's read it. So 11 to 15, so it's an increase. 20 to 950, revenue a little bit increase. So we don't buy this now. Okay, awesome. Very, very good. What can we short now? Let me see. So you've done Taiwan, Netflix, Brooker. Potentially we could short Brooker. Hmm. In July, a little bit tricky. Potentially, let's have a look at Brooker. It's because the things actually went down. Mm, expected 0.32. Yeah. Kind of need to know whether this 0.32 is something that happened before or not. So 12. EPS quarter to quarter 5%. So it's come right on a number. 3.47. EPS is 2.4 to 2.27. Revenue 3.48 to what? Hmm. Preliminary. If it happens preliminary like that, that means all of these last year try to look for the preliminary results as well. Yeah, just before the earnings, because I think you said here, because if companies used to give pre-result, that means you kind of have to do pre-result for everything. So that means rather than waiting till here, this is August. If you look at the press release, you should see something in July's as well. Yeah, this is why backtesting is so important because you can see what is the important bits. Because you can see your data is kind of quite late. Look at your data a little bit. So let's say 3.29 to 3.29 you expect to go up and then it didn't, it actually went down. And then what? 3.34 is actually more, okay, it's not more than that, it's less. 2.36 is also less, so it went down. That's fine. What about this 2.67 and then 3.47. Yep, for example, this is actually more than that. It's supposed to go up. So it looks like there's a pre-result just in the middle of it. So you want to make sure, in order for us to go all in and buy stuff, we kind of have to back test first. Yeah, to see if it works before in the past. Because if it doesn't, that means sometimes there might be thing inside that we're missing. But well done though. Very, very rarely. Sometimes certain stocks is a bit. But if you do it more enough, this is why doing the homework is so important. You get to see different behavior of all of the stocks. Let's look at this guy. What is this? What day is that? We need the date, boss. There's no date. How am I supposed to see? Oh, this is one May. Let's see. 21st. Okay, awesome. Let's have a look on this. Cool. So we've got 0.5 to 1.8. So it looks like a good short. Well done. I think you know how to do this. 1.92, 1.8. Supposed to go down. 2 supposed to go up, but it didn't. I just expected to be in a range. And then 2. Okay, go down is fine. 1 point supposed to go down. 1.82 go down. Okay, 1.8 go down. 1.8, 0.5 should be go down. Wow. It'll be nice to have the market screener page here, but this is definitely looks like a sell. Densely Sirona. Yeah. Why is it so bad here? Let's look at the date. This is July. Let's look at July last year. Does it deep like that? 1.96. Earning per diluted DJ. So this is quite a big drop though. Let me read this. July 0.5. Ooh, that's kind of a big drop. Need to know why. But it's a sell. Then please. Hmm, what's going on? Are we talking about the adjusted EPS for this as well? Adjusted EPS is expected to be 0.5. Sometimes it's nice to know the reason. Maybe they sell some portion of their companies because normally companies don't do that, yeah? Maybe they have five sectors and then they sell one of their sectors, so that shouldn't matter so much. Let's see this. What's going on? So, okay, let's get market screener. Sometimes it's nice to attach a screenshot of market screener because market screener give a kind of tell you what happened. Do the stock. So go to news, go to all news. Yep, CEO changes. Very similar to Nike. Nike used to go down big time, and when CEO changes, everything become normal. So provides Q2 reaffirm. So this is why it's important to have the whole screenshot on market screener. Yeah. So yes, they provide Q2 guidance. Yes, it looks like it's going down, but reaffirm means it's the same. So they are saying that even though everything is crashing right now, whatever they say, tsunami is coming, but I still think this year we're gonna make a lot of money. So that's what they are saying. Okay? Unless they change the whole year outlook. Remember, we always use the whole year. The whole year is always more important. Nilam, you have huge room for improvement. You just need some apprenticeship one-to-one hand holding to take it to the next level. You're doing so well. Yeah, this is a bit tricky one. This is just understanding the importance of full year is always more important than a quarterly result. Okay, everyone write that down. A full year is always more important than quarterly result. Yeah, very, very common um mistake people do. Cool, let's go to the next one. So if you can always give the full year, if they reaffirm means it's the same, that means it's nothing to do with that. Well done. Let's look at the next one. NXP semiconductor, let's see. So you got 2.2, and then we have 1.78, we have 1.75. So it looks like a buy. Yeah, you normally just buy them, but according to my calculation, 2.2. Look, because we don't have a date, so we don't really know exactly when we are on about here. But 2.2, 1.78 is supposed to be a buy. Why is it a sell? That's crazy. Why do you say sell? Sion. So try to give a full year guidance. So like first for all, we never know whether this is quarterly guidance or not. Is this quarterly or is it full year? Yeah. Try to give a full numbers. Okay. So we know exactly what is that. Well done. Let's look at this. So this is 34, 36, 34 should be going up, but it didn't. Okay, let's look at it one more time. Sometimes the power back testing is this. So let's say it's 37, 34 supposed to go down. It went down a little bit. 34 supposed to be the same. And then it went down 20, 26. So go down obviously. 34 should be going up. And then 38 is worse. 24 is even worse. So yep, usually we will just short, but the short is we want to see whether it's a biggest short ever because let's see if it comes down so much. 34 to 26, the difference is what? 8. Okay. And then now 28 to 4 is only 4 million kind of difference. So it might not be so big compared to the drop that we have here. And the last time when we have really big difference, the stock actually didn't actually go down a lot. It's literally just a little bit there and then like that. So that is what might happen for Elevance Health. It's still a short. You wouldn't have bought this stock anyway. Eleven's Health. Let's look. I'm just using the data that you've given me. I didn't fact check your data. I didn't know how powerful your data is, but there we go. So a lot of our students have already shorted this on what date? 17th of July. Why? Because of 28 dropped to 24. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. The date of this date was October something. I think everything went up at the moment. Okay. Seasonally, July, August. So August seems down here. Okay. Awesome. Why didn't we talk about this last week? Let me see. 17 plus 7, 24. What is 17? 17 is Thursday. Okay. A lot of students already shorted on the 17th. Let's see what day is 17. Because I received some messages from that as well. So let's say you miss a 17, which is here. Gonna go on Friday, just right there. Okay. This is where we are. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's look at the percentage to see if it's more than 10, it's more than the percentage that we kind of want to short this guy. So what is it? 4 divided by 28. Is it more than 10%? Let's see. 28.3 minus 24.1 is 4.2. 4.2 divided 4.2 divided by 28.3 is around 15%. It's okay. Let's put it on there. We got so many shorting. So 22nd July, Eleven's Health. Thing is, all the healthcare is really very tricky. So healthcare sector is very, all healthcare is very tricky already. And even UNH, everything kind of down 28 to 24. Yeah. Very Trump related, this guy. Because Trump wants to crash all the pharmaceutical stocks just because it's so expensive in America. Next one, well done. Really, really well done. Mm, Prologis. So we've got three, we got 3.25, we got 3.45, and then we have 3.45, and then we have three. Mm. Because it's coming down, so it will be normal to be say it's a short. Let's say July. Okay. Prologis. Let's see. Now let's back test a little bit. So 3.10 to 3.3 is supposed to go up, but you went down. 3.2 is more than is less than that. 3.2 is the same. 3.15 is lower. These are all over the place. 3.25 is more than that. It's supposed to go up, but you went down. 3.25 is the same. 3.45 is higher than that. It went up through 3 now. Sorry, 3.45 is the same, and then now 3. What's going on in this stock? Prologis. Um, I hope what you've given us is going to be the full year guidance. It looks like it. Looks like a full year guidance. Let's see. Prologis. Mm, mm. Well, let's check it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. News. Let's see what company this is. What is going on here? Like news. It's not opening for me. All news. Interesting. Let's see. The news is gonna be here. Main take 112, 113, 121, 113. Revisor's guidance. Let's read this. Revisor's guidance. Okay, let's read this. So, to previous guidance, actually dropping their guidance. You're very right. Real estate warehouse raises the bottom forecast range core funds operation as customers resume leasing shares. Although uncertainty, companies are ramping up leasing. Our leasing pipeline expect annual share to be 5.8. It has a range of 5.7 earlier. Fresh forecast is above. Hmm. The develops all of that. We expect future expansion. San Francisco operates. This is why market screening is so good. Um, if you want to short something, we kind of want everything to go down. So it looks like the guidance went down, which is yeah. But at the same time, the annual FFO forecast went up. The FFO forecast is adjusted core funds from operation. So funds from operation. Leasing pipes expected increase annual core FFO per share. Okay. Okay. Cool. If you want to short something, you want everything to go down. But one of them is going up. Okay? Well done. So the next one. Do. This one is what? McCormy. So 3, 3. It's the same. Not sure why it's a buy, but it's okay. Reaffirm is the same. Yeah. This is 12. Okay, this has been some time now. Okay, let's look at the next one. Ooh. Okay, double digit growth, 11 increase. Brooker, primary ejected. Where's your graph? I think it's loading. We need a beautiful graph, boss. What day is this? 3rd of July. Mm, Let me see. 14. When's 14? Cool. Yeah, just write it there. Don't copy and paste like that. 14. Okay, let's read this. We want the latest one though. This is a bit late. I will watch a week 4 video really carefully one time or send me a text. Yeah. If you don't know how to plot, send me a text. This is a week 4 video. After you watch it like 2 to 3 times, you still don't know how to plot, then let me know. Gray media, especially on your apprenticeship training. Gray media 7, 8. We done that already. Who else have done the homework? Send me the name now. Just send hosts and panelists, and I can see. Do. Did you do it? Let's see. Bruco, nice. So yeah, we have numbers here. 797 is a quarterly. Yeah, preliminary. Okay, you have some preliminary here. Well done. So yeah, so kind of compare prelim to prelim. Yeah, prelim to prelim. Preliminary to another preliminary. 1 to 1. 795 to 795. This is what? 3.48, 3.47. Quarterly 0.32. Yeah. We need to plot all the pre. Yeah. If it is pre, that means you have to plot all of the pre's. Well done though. That's a very difficult to do. 14, 14. I think we done this last time. Nice. Just need a little bit more. Leo, well done. Well done. Looking forward to receive more. Let me see. Oh, beautiful AB. Didn't see any graphs. If you don't know how to put the graphs, ask ChatGPT or plot or watch YouTube. They probably teach you how to put a graph there. Okay, let's look at this. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. The plot graph is very simple. You basically just copy and paste your pictures. The pictures is outside. Copy and paste it, and then do a big circle and click alternate V for paste, I think. And you got it. Just paste it. Let's look at these. Now, let's look at that for Roger. Okay, let's look at this graph. Awesome. July, what you got? 1.88, 1.9. Okay, this is more. 4.7 adjusted 4.87, 774. So it looks like it's all increased, which we would have bought this in a normal way. To know whether you should put on the watch list, I'm going to go to one step further. I compare between now, July 21st, and last time, July 21st, I think is here. So you compare like that. So you see, is it is more. So look at the EPS revenue. What is it? Revenue first. Revenue is 1.9, is 1.7. So it's less than 30%. Straight away, you call it a day. So the next one. That's to know whether you should buy or not during extreme fear. So doing the homework is so important. United, we need the latest one. Do they have the latest one? We need the latest one. Yeah, you can see the EPS of this is not very strong. So you wouldn't hold it too long, especially during extreme fear. You wouldn't buy this during extreme fear time. It's not a Okay, let's see. May issue conservative EPS below expectation. Issue conservative earnings fall short below 20%. Cut full year earnings. Analyst 20. Full year earnings expect to be before pulling out. Normally it's 26, down from a previous 29, and now it's just 20. So the drop was around. Okay. Mm. It's nice that they share so many information here. So this is what happened. So they literally tell you that, last year was 29, and then before pulling out the full year earnings outlook, before I think before maybe before Trump, it was 26. And then when Trump comes, it was now 20. And now even lower than 20. Mm. So all of the healthcare stocks was kind of like that. Is a good time to buy when you realize that the guidance increases. Okay, let me just draw the graph for you. For those who haven't gone through any market crash and stuff like that, this is normally what happened. Even in 2000 and 2022 market crash, before it crashed, like let's say Facebook and stuff like that, Nvidia as well. No, before that, we were just going up really nicely. And then when market's about to crash and stuff like that, and then all of the guidance kind of decrease. Okay, the guidance were decreasing. Literally, guidance always pause, always plus, always increase, double and stuff like that. And then they decrease the guidance. So when there's a signal to buy, obviously all of our strategies really works really nicely, and all the open insider crossing extreme fear, and all of that cross nicely. But one of the very, very key important thing is that when the guidance of the stock, okay, if this is what going through every day, is very powerful, very important. When the guidance of the stock that used to decrease, suddenly they remain the same, or they start to have a slight increase. And then this is a turnaround company, and it started to go out like the world has never seen before. Yeah, because the decrease of this guidance here is actually due to macroeconomy. It's like the whole thing was crashing. Yeah, same thing with the Trump tariffs. Trump tariffs 2020-2025. If we're gonna go through the guidance properly, if you compile everything what we did, yeah, before the tariffs, the everything was going up. The guidance they say next year I'm gonna make more, next quarter I'm gonna make more, and United Heath's, is next going to make more. And then suddenly tariffs comes. So all of the guidance of the companies, Walmart, Amazon, all of that being affected big time, being affected big time. And then they were all down. So when they were all down, how do you choose companies? You kind of have to choose companies that is not down. The guidance is not going down. But most majority, I would say 60-80% of the companies, all guidance was going down during Trump's tariffs. Yeah. If you plot enough graphs year over year, if you plot it enough, you get to see the pattern. And so it was going down. And then the one that really recovers is where the guidance for the next quarter they start to have higher or even the same, and then they start to go out like a moon. So how do we make money on this? When do we start, do we make a lot of money on this? Is where you plot the guidance really nicely. This is why the week 4 video is so important. So you must do the homework. Um, um, and yeah, and then when you see things going sideways, the guidance go start going sideways, start to increase. That is a signal for you to kind of get in to start buying the stock. So if you ask Raven, when would you buy United Heath? I will buy when the guidance is no longer kind of like dropping and dropping and dropping. When it starts to go up or it starts to be the same, that will be the situation to start buying stock that you really, really want. Yeah. Same thing happened for Facebook in 2022. Nvidia is also the same. They were going up and then they were going down. Suddenly guidance was dropping. I never seen before, but it dropped. Dropping guidance doesn't mean that, or forever we don't buy. We will still wait for the next quarter that when the guidance is the same or is getting better. And as provided that the year over year is more than 30% as well, the EPS, the growth and everything like that, we make a lot of money. Yeah. Talk, this is a little bit higher level, probably too high level for a lot of you, but just accept it for now. Yeah. For apprentices, you should know exactly what we're talking about. We call it turnaround companies, turnaround guidance. Yeah. Just write that down. So let's look at the next one. We got this United Natural Food. Let's see. I think we done this last week or so. August 16th. Okay, not yet. Okay, let's have a look. So let's look at the revise. How do they revise it? So revised earning guidance, expect net sales 331. Previously was 31.3, so it's an increase. Net loss 115, previously 80. So look at the wheel part. Net sales increase, so that means they're making money, more money. 31.6 to 31.3, but they are thinking about they're gonna lose more money. What's the reason for the lose more money? Cyber incident. Okay, someone attacked them. Okay. Do not reflect the benefit of the anticipated insurance proceeds, which the company expect will be adequate for the incident. Okay. So a lot of companies like that, they buy some insurance as well. Marks and Spencer also do the same. They buy some. So even though the net loss, it looks like it's big now, but they give you the reason why it might not be big because the insurance is going to claim it. They're going to take the money back from the insurance that is lost due to cyber attack. Next one. Do. Really nice. What is this? So nice. United Heath. We got all quarters. Prologis. Okay, let's get your Prologis again. Because just now Prologis was a bit confusing. Let's make it bigger. Very beautiful. Cool. Let's have a look on this. We got the revenue 2.14, 2.818. So you can see it's a slight increase on revenue. This is why drawing everything is so important. So you can see the revenue actually increases. The EPS was decreased a little bit, 0.61 to 0.63. Quarter to quarter is a little bit. And then adjusted EPS, yeah, it's very, very similar. So we can't really do anything with Pro Focus. 0.61, 0.63. Yeah, it's very similar. Very similar. I love that you got this thing going on. Very nice. So look at the right devices. Used to be 3.45 now to 3. Why did we not see that in here? That's weird. You don't see that in here. Okay, that's fine. It's a real estate company. Let's go to the next one. Central Garden. When was this? 11. Okay, some time ago, but let's see together. Which graph should I look at? Mm, mm, mm. This is 2025. Probably here. Missing one more graph, I think. It's fine. We don't need the graph if you don't have the graph. The races is guidance expect to up from last time was 2.2. Let's look at Central Garden. How is that going? Yep. It's actually been going okay. Yep. It's going up because they raised their earning guidance. But we're kind of looking for short. Awesome. Wow. Very good. Surprise. Well done. Let's have a look. EG16. Who else did the homework? Okay, let's get Ruhan on. Do. Let's see. Bruno. Be back. We did not miss. As long as anything is more than 30%, we did not miss. If you go to finviz.com, you filter it, you will find it. Cool. 16th of July. Let's see this. The renowned current P. Very good, but I didn't really get the guidance. Apology. I want the latest guidance. I think this guidance is a bit late. Current EPS based on ending. I want the guidance. Provide Q1 and Q3 information. We want the guidance. Let's look at this. Races earning guidance. Year now expect 1.4, previous 1.37. So a little bit increase. Nice. Um, Tumble warning as CEO name. Well, I need the guidance. Yeah, I don't get the latest guidance. You probably need some hand holding, Rana. 22266. What's going on? What happened? See who else has done the homework. All right. If you have done it, just say it so I know who you are. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to our beautiful town. I think I saw no charges now. The graph is not loading yet. Let's just wait for the graph to load. What's going on? Yes. We're at number one now. So far away though. Prologue is nice, you've done it. Awesome. Let's see. So, yep, 3 to 3, 3 for 4, 3.35 to 3, 3.253. Yeah, it's just like when we backtest this stuff, it's just weird, 3.1 is actually increased, but it just went down. So, this prologis really shows the importance of backtesting. Racker Kami. Maybe you can show this, but this is Monique. Doesn't base in the UK or I mean US. Let's see. We've got 600. Okay, let's compare like that. 1.2, 1.8 supposed to go up. 2 went up massively, and then 1 went down massively. 1 and then 800 million, 800 million, 600 million, 600 million, and then what? 7, 7, and then now 500. Let's read it. Germany company, no sign, development. They revised its outlook now 5.5, previous was 6. So it's like 0 0.6 difference. 0 0.6 divided by 6 is just nice 10%. And then the full year EBITDA 700 now 500. Current average expectation 5.8. Okay. Wecker Chemi. Just not moving a lot. Yep. But this is short. It's just that it's not in the US. Just a bit tricky there. Let's look at this. We've got 7, 6 supposed to go down. It did. 5 went down. It did. 7 supposed to go. It did a little bit. And then 1. What's going on? Let's read it quite carefully. 6, 6, 6, 7 went up. 6. And then 7 went up. Lockheed lower due to losses on the helicopter. Expect down 27. Fact potential. It continues its forecast annual sales compared with 74. Lockheed reported EPS down from 6 a year ago, included 1.6 some losses. It's like a short. Maybe you can short this guy. Lockheed Martin. When was this news happen? Just today, no? Wow, you're very updated. Well done. Let's see. Lockheed Martin. It's a defensive stock. Yeah, short because I wish I could copy them. I would just say 27 to 21. 27 to 21. Um, this is why I just want to add one more thing. Sometimes, because some people ask how do we miss? We actually did not miss. Sometimes even company says reaffirms. That means they are saying that the guidance is going to be the same. They are reaffirming between this quarter and the previous quarter. They say it's going to be the same. Sometimes, even though when it's reaffirmed, if you want to know what stock to buy during extreme phase, reaffirm is also okay to buy, provided that the last year, the EPS and revenue is also increased 30%. Yeah. So basically, if we have a store of an ice cream, you know, and as long as this year compared to last year is more than 30% of your EPS and revenue, that's a great stocks during extreme field time. Okay, so yeah, when you're drawing this out, for example, you asking, okay, when extreme fears here, 10th of August, okay, sorry, 10th of April, should we buy Lockheed Martin? So what you do, let's say you Q4, you got this data already, you go to Q4, you go back to Q4 there. So you compare. It went from 7 to 5. It's a losing money company. So it's not increased more than 50%. you wouldn't have bought this stock during extreme fear time. So as a result, you didn't lose money, otherwise it's just going down like that while the rest of the stock was going up like that. Yeah. The biggest mistake people make is that a lot of people who didn't come to my training, which is the best training in the world easily, is that they just use technical analysis. They draw a support line. They say Israel is fighting. They say they are building the Iron Dome. They are say Palestine, whatever that is fighting. Israel and who I can't even remember now. Israel and Iran is fighting. And they say like, oh, Lockheed Martin is a defensive stock. Lockheed Martin actually make weapon. It's a weapon stock. Yeah. What is it? Lockheed Martin is a aerospace manufacturer. It's kind of like American defense's weapon. They say, oh, yeah, it's fighting. They're gonna make a lot of money. They bought a lot of stocks. They bought a lot of like fighting stocks. And what happened? They lost a lot of money pretty fast. Just because they didn't use the powerful strategy that we know. Yeah. So it's not just about the fact that, oh, everyone is fighting now, all this weapon is gonna go up. Some students here like to send me weapons going up. I think this is the next sector is gonna go up big time because people are fighting and stuff like that. As much as I love exactly what you are doing and paying attention, you just have to go to one step further just to find the guidance of the company. Yeah? Then you will be unstoppable. Awesome. So let's look at the next one. Cut guidance. I think you did that. Okay, let's look at this again. So 676,500. Have we done this already? Prologues, Lockheed. Okay, awesome. Very, very good. What is this? Nijala, you're very well done. You just need some hand holding to take it to the next level. Bev on the apprenticeship. We have who else I look? Okay, look at Damini. Damini has made so much money. Let's have a look. NXPs increased 17%. Well, I would normally just buy like that. Now, if you ask Raven, should I buy this NXP during extreme fears because semiconductor is the next big thing? Let's have a look. So we go to Q3 here. Okay, let's pretend you're an extreme fears. Yeah, the extreme fears is around here. Okay, pretend. So the latest figures you got is this. So you compare with the latest figure, which is that. So that's how you compare. So let's start. Revenue 30.27 is going down. Okay, revenue is already went down. So compared to last year. And then what about the EPS? EPS is down as well. So because of that, you wouldn't really want to buy these during extreme fears because if you have bought that, you 18 to 22. That's 4. 4 divided by 18 is like 20%. You might as well just buy SP 500. Yeah. So the reason why it didn't, this is only very small percentage. SP 500 is increased even more. So because of that, the reason because it's actually coming down. And it's a semiconductor. Semiconductor is supposed to be the most famous thing ever. But you wouldn't have bought this during Extreme Fear. Extreme Fear is April, just right here. Yeah. You get the latest data and the previous 1 year data to see whether it's 30% or not. What about right now? Should we buy right now? So you compare kind of here Q3 and compare Q3 last time. Where's Q3? You miss a Q3 here, yeah? Q2, you jump to Q4. Where's Q3? That's a bit weird, but it's okay. Well done. So what about now? Should we buy in revenue increase 8%? Yeah, we're not looking for things to buy now. Med space. A lot of people also did med space. Let's have a look. So this is 2.42 revenue increase. EBITDA 4 to 5. Reaffirm previous guidance. Now this 12 to 13. So okay. So how long should we hold these for? A very normal questions people ask. So what you calculate is you calculate the money now and look at how much it went up last time. So last time is 45. So let's see how much money was it when it says 45. It was how much? 2.12, 11.24. What about now? 13, 2.4. So it's more than last time. So you should expect it to go higher than 45. That's it. That's the only conclusion we can make. Tenet. Okay, let's look at Tenet one more time. We got this 15 to 11. Kind of need more data on here. Our site. Okay. Let's sit here. Awesome. Cool. Beth's J star. Okay, that's fine. Who else I haven't looked at it? Let's look to chat box real quick. Which shorting, which platform will you use? You can use eToro, leverage 234 like that, small. Mel, I think you're doing really well, Mel. Just do a little bit more. I think you're doing well. I love your work. Yeah, awesome. I think we've done almost everyone. So let's just give the conclusion right now. So look at the trade that we placed last week. So this is what we got this week. This is Elevance and Lockheed Martin. Actually, the trade that we placed last week is also very good. You just want to find something that's really big as well. Actually, the trade that we placed last week is fine as well. Helen Troy, 15th of July. Let's see. So you can see things actually, oops. It's just that today a lot of the stock actually have a recovery like what we never seen before. If I go to finviz.com, you see a lot of stock today kind of doing a bit of weird stuff. Let's look at groups. Yeah, today a lot of healthcare, real estate, a lot of defensive stock kind of come back up, but technology stock is doing not so good. So a lot of the trades that we've been shorting, so a lot of these technologies hasn't been doing well. While a lot of this bottom stock, healthcare, this defensive has been going up a little bit. People are switching their position a little bit. The technology is coming down. So Helen Troy, let's see. Yep. The trade we placed last week is just been going down. Just today is making it breaking even or profit a little bit. We got Konoga Brands. You wouldn't have bought that either just because it's actually down overall. You can see it's been going down really nicely since 15th of August. Whenever the trade's been released, going down really nicely. It's just today there's some bounce back a little bit, making it breaking even. Same thing with Simulation Plus. We've been shorting a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, when it was 15. Tuesday was last time was here. It's been going down really nicely. This is what we recommend kind of last time. Simulation Plus 90 to 76. In mode LTD, let's have a look. Same here. This is last week. It's been going down really nicely. Some students are screaming with some profits kind of going on here as well. Yeah, so last week and everything that we kind of discussed is fine. Is the reason is because you can look at the stock right now is still climbing. Literally. Yeah, it's kind of still climbing there, going on just there. Yeah, so that's just a tricky part. Yeah, it's still climbing. And but when this started to go red, a lot of the stocks that we saw are gonna be even redder. But the good news is even though this climbing, our strategies are so powerful because even though this is climbing, you can see that a lot of our stocks that we short is actually going down, which is incredible. That means our strategy is like never seen before. Yeah, really powerful. Like in mode, for example, that you saw just now. But it takes time. It's not just 1 day, 2 days. It takes time for stocks to go to the place where we want. Yeah, emojis like that, going down like that. It takes time. Obviously, something is gonna spike up a little bit because we don't expect things to be like a rocket. We don't live in a world of a rocket. Stock market doesn't look like a rocket. It breathes in and breathes out. Cool. Awesome. That's it for today. Hope some of you can re hope I can receive some of your homework next week as well. Yeah, just do it every single day. You can see when it's time to short, you will see that all the guidance is dropping. Now today we do 10 guidance today. I would say we say probably a little bit more shorts. Shorting are coming in soon. Shortings are coming when a lot of companies when they announce their guidance are all shorting then actually we are gonna have a correction going on and we're gonna have a really nice exchange fees going on. So very, very excited for our apprentices. Really, really, really excited. Big things is gonna happen for you. Awesome. That's it for now. I will speak to you very, 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 very soon. Blessing, Christian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words. Nice. Awesome. Have a nice evening, Mel. You too. You too. So we have RJ long time. We have Arwin. We have Murta send me a text. Arnel, congrats. We have Armin. We have Barhouse send me a text. We have BB. We have Bobby. Nice. We have Brandon. Yeah, Bobby. Just get ready for the next extreme fears. Really get ready for stocks that's increasing. We talk about Christian. Nice. We have Claire. Divina. Nice. We have EB. We have Harry. We have Harsh. We have Enoch. Nice. Enoch also sent me a text. Javier sent me a text. Jay. We have Jenna. We have Leo. Congratulations. We have Michael. Michael. Who is Michael? Michael Chapman. We have Mo. Nice. We have Nigel. We have Nora. You're welcome, Baha. We have Mel. Send it to everyone if you want someone to read it. We have Pa. We have Paula. We have nice. Paula. Paula. We have Ruxana. We have Sam. Sam. Nice. Suki. Susan. Welcome home. Welcome back. See you guys next week with your beautiful homework. Veronica sent me a text. Awesome. Susan's as well. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.